Hello everyone. On this video, we will get some basic concept about macroeconomics and some detailed idea about the key macroeconomic objectives of the government. To begin with, the study of economics is mainly divided into two branches. One is microeconomics and the other is macroeconomics. In short, microeconomics focuses on explaining the individual part of the economy. Some key topics here are individual consumer and individual producers' behavior, demand and supply in different markets. On the other hand, macroeconomics does the analysis of the whole economy. Some of its key focuses are on analyzing the unemployment and inflation rates, overall money supply, and GDP of an economy. Some of these terms will be explained in the coming lecture. Now, we shall concentrate on macroeconomic objectives of a government. The most important one definitely is to achieve economic growth. Another one is to control inflation. Then, reducing unemployment, protecting the environment, and balance on the current account. There surely are other objectives as well, but these five are the major ones. First of all, let's learn about economic growth. Economic growth mainly indicates growth of output, which is usually measured by GDP, which stands for the gross domestic product of a country. GDP shows the total value of all goods and services produced in an economy, usually calculated in a year. For example, market price of all those products and services in UK for the year 2020 will be the GDP for UK in 2020. So, the target of the policymakers in a government is to increase GDP as much as possible, because higher GDP will improve the living standard of the people. The next target is to control inflation rates. Well, when price level of goods and services rises in general, we call it inflation. High rate of inflation is a serious problem because it reduces the value of money. As a result, people's ability to purchase decreases. This will in effect reduce people's living standard, and business organizations become uncertain about taking decisions. So, to avoid such problems, the government always tries to keep inflation at a stable rate by keeping the price level under control. Another important macroeconomic objective is to reduce unemployment rate. Unemployment occurs when people are willing to work but cannot find job. It's a big headache for the economy because it is a real waste of manpower resource. Those who are unemployed can contribute to the production. Thus, GDP of the country falls, which it also leads to poor living standard for the people. That's why the government always tries to reduce unemployment by creating sufficient employment opportunity. Protecting the environment is another major concern because with more production, there comes more pollution and creates harmful situations like global warming and climate change. These causes severe damage to the environment. So, the government must come forward to reduce the level of pollution with the help of strict regulation. On our discussion, the last macroeconomic objective is balance on the current account. Current account is a part of the balance of payment, which keeps the record of all goods and services a country is selling abroad, which is called export, and everything a country is buying from abroad, which is called import. So, there is a surplus on the current account if export is higher than import, which means the country's earning is more than its spending. And there is a deficit if import is higher than export, which indicates the country's spending is higher than its earnings. So, a current account deficit is never desirable and a surplus is always preferable. At least the government tries to keep a balance by keeping the level of imports close to the level of exports. That concludes the discussion on macroeconomic objectives. Thank you.